The Apple Watch is one of the most incredible devices that I have, and yet most people don't know how to get the most out of their Apple Watch. You spend a ton of money on this thing. I want to make sure that no matter what, you are getting more out of your Apple Watch than you are right now. So here are the top 5 features that I love about the Apple Watch. And I'll guarantee you there's a few that you don't already know, so let's jump right into it. The first one is this: you can actually use the Apple Watch not only to ping your phone, but to make the light flash. It's really helpful. Now, like I said, most of us know that if you ping your Apple Watch, you'll get the sound, right? That's pretty normal. It is really helpful on the Apple Watch that it can give you directions and all that, but here's something that's really cool that most people don't know about is when you ping your Apple Watch, just try to get it to focus a little bit, and you hold it down, your phone will flash, and that's really helpful because sometimes you don't know where it's at, and you might hear the sound, and it kind of comes, like, the ping sound sometimes isn't super helpful. But when you add the flash to it, that means you're going to be able to see, you know, in your house where it is. That's a tip that I did not know about. Thank you to Patrick Rambles, who showed me that on a video. I don't personally know him, but that tip alone is just so helpful. All right, the next one that I want to show you is something that is super helpful. If you didn't know this, you can double-click the side and bring up all of your saved cards and all that kind of stuff, but most people don't know how you add that. And so what you do is you go into your phone, make sure you're in the Apple Watch app, go all the way down to where you find Wallet and Apple Pay, click that, and then you can just add these cards to your to your Apple Watch, and you see it'll add it to your Apple Watch right there. And the reason this is really helpful is now when I go to Disney, all I have to do to get into the Disney park is I go down to my thing, I activate it by scanning it, and then I do my fingerprint, and all of a sudden I get to go in the park. And that's really helpful because sometimes I have my phone in my backpack, and if I just have it on my watch, super easy. So for you, if you've got like your Visa card and all that kind of stuff, when you go to somewhere like Publix or a grocery store, you can now pay with your Apple Watch instead of having to pull out your wallet or your phone. Now, the next one that most people don't know about is the fact that you can actually make your Apple Watch a flashlight. That, to me, is so helpful. I actually wear my Apple Watch in the middle of the night. I like to track my sleep that way. I charge it when I go to the shower, stuff like that. It takes very little time to charge. But when you have an Apple Watch, one of the cool things you can do is do this. You scroll down, and then you click this, turn the crown just a little bit, and look at how bright that thing is. It gets so incredibly bright. A lot of times while I'm just kind of like needing to find something in the middle of the night, I'll do that. And it makes it so incredibly helpful to just walk around the house, not hit stuff, not run into things. And you always have a flashlight on your wrist. Yes, it is not the brightest flashlight in the world, but that's totally fine. I mean, if you're looking at this guy and you do this and hit that flashlight button, I mean, that's pretty solid. Like if I had all these lights off real quick, that would be really incredible. In fact, let me do that real quick. Now, that's not even all the lights off in my studio, but man, look at how bright that thing is right there. That's really awesome. That's a tip that I use all the time. All right, now this final tip is something that for those of us, like if you're like me, I'm always on time. My wife, however, is not always on time. We run on different times, and so what I want to do on her Apple Watch is shift the time forward 5 to 10 minutes so that it just kind of gets her brain thinking that she needs to get out of the house further. Let me show you how to do that real quick. A lot of people do this with analog watches, and all you got to do is you go into settings, right? Let's see right there. Here, I'll go back to where we need to be. In the settings, you would scroll down to the clock right here and go to plus or minus, and you can add up to, I mean, you can do up to an hour if you want, but I would go 5 to 10 minutes, hit OK, and now all of a sudden, your watch is a few minutes faster than it was before. It doesn't change it on your phone, which is really great. And so if you find yourself late all the time, I think that's a really, really helpful little tip just to get you where you need to be on time. So that's the 5 most useful tips I know for the Apple Watch. If you're somebody who uses your Apple Watch all the time, like I do, look, food just appeared right there. If you use your Apple Watch all the time like I do, I think it's really important to get the most out of it. Like this video if you found the tips helpful. Let me know which tip you didn't know about in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one.